and welcome to today's session of Danes and Dice. I'm Toby, the Dungeon Master, and today is session number 47! Evan! Yes. I'm not alone. I'm joined by these guys who are not level 7, but level 6! Yeah. 6! And we are back in little... No, they wake up by the bonfire. Quick round of introduction. Frederick, go.
I'm Frederick. I will be playing Kevin Riddlewood, the level maybe 8
It says
Dwarven
on
Monk.
the screen.
The level 8 Dwarven Monk.
Yes, and I am Marcus, and I'll be playing Dominic Grimdale, the half-orc fighter, who's also level 8.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Yes.
I am Julian, and I'll be playing Tharogar, the level 8 half-orc barbarian.
Yes, and my name is Mikkel. I'll be playing Seeker, Satyr.
And my name is Emil. I will be playing Galleon Moonlight. Galleon Moonlight.
That's who we are! Now, this is the ending! Last time on Danes and Dice, our group entered the temple that they had found, or the ruin thereof, and slew a bunch of Shattakai. Now they're enemies. After which, they went down to the basement, solved the crazy key puzzle that was very difficult to solve. And after doing so, by the help of rubber gloves
And dead
don't
hands.
ask, and a lot of dead hands. That is true. I forgot about that. A lot of dead hands managed to free Realia, who turned out to not just be Realia, the guardian of Mithrandine, but Veranestra, the goddess of beauty. And as she presented herself to the group, the group was also informed that, I'll just cite what she said. We knew of Maseroth and his banishment, but I never thought much of it. A king's decision is a king's decision, and we don't mingle with the politics of mortals. But had we only known what he would become, a threat of this caliber. She went on to tell the group that she herself cannot leave the place she's in because she will be detected by Maseroth. But that our young adventurers, some young, some older now, maybe could do the deed for her, in which case she would bestow a blessing in the shape of a dagger to one of the players, given to Galleon. And the players afterwards managed to snake their way out after they discussed for a little while, and then Veranestra went, maybe it's the time you guys get out of here. I know that they do patrols and stuff. So they left and went back to the hideout.
Shut your mouth.
And that is where we start today's session.
We're going a long rest?
You have all had a short rest.
Ah, okay.
The shortest of rests.
Tis where we are.
Shortest.
Just did I
You
really?
I mean, but in the time that you've spent in this hideout, not all of you, but Therogar and Galleon, you have gathered various things. Galleon, you know where you're headed now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've told you how long it takes to get there. By your estimate.
Just a second, I will check
I
my
don't
note.
believe that I have. In any case,
No,
you know
you
that it's a journey that takes up. It's not just around the corner. Let's put it that way. So, if you have, which I assume that you do, any objects or anything that you want to bring along from this hideout, again, basic things that you think come of use, you are free to add them to your inventory. Don't necessarily need to tell me. It could be an additional water skin. It could be a raincoat in case of rain. Not that you've seen rain in the year that you've been in, but or in the year since Boom happened. But and you don't have to add it right now. But you can add a thing or two of the explorer's kit to your backpack.
From the explorer's kit.
And you all start gathering your belongings.
And suddenly,
The music became very
Intensifies.
intense.
So, Galleon, do you know of this palace we're going to?
I do. The Summer Palace. It's close to my home. The Summer Palace is a floating palace. Flows on the Lake of Dreams.
And do you know Realia's brother Hirsam?
I know of him. I've heard about him. I can't quite remember his.
You would know that he is a satyr.
Yes.
And that he is.
Oh yes, I've written it down right here. Yeah.
Like,
He's a satyr deer,
Satyr
and
deer.
he can charm people with his music.
Oh, sounds like someone we know.
God.
Who?
You wouldn't know.
Well,
tell me more.
His brother.
Like,
my
does he
brother.
have a car?
My brother.
Fine.
What's a
good,
card?
very
That's fine.
good musician.
Ask him. He's the vehicle proficient guy.
What's a card?
So, how far is the travel?
Did you say a day and a half?
No. I
Longer.
might not have said anything. You know it's gonna take at least a 10 days to get there. And that is when all the paths and streets of the Feywild were in
Clear.
good condition
Yes.
and fine. You have not been back, I should add, since this happened. You have only
No.
spent time in with.
I figured. Yeah.
So, under normal circumstances, it would take about 10 days
Ah.
to travel.
In normal circumstances, it would take about a 10 day.
Oh.
I must admit I haven't been there since, well, this happened.
But you've been at the palace?
Oh yes, yes, I've been there. As I said, it's a floating palace in the midst of the Lake of Dreams.
That sounds amazing.
Well, it is quite beautiful. You can't imagine the spires, most beautiful golden spires you could ever imagine.
Wow. Well, so should we just get going, or do we need to do something here in the city? Or?
I was gonna tell you that you all have 10 days of rations for the travel, but we've just learned earlier today that Therogar can just find food for everyone every day, so
That's
rations don't really matter all that much anymore. So, but still, I would actually like you to, if you don't, I assume you have 10 rations in your inventory. I think most people do, and you've never had to remove them before. But we're not gonna go full. We're not gonna go full Tomb of Annihilation on loot and stuff and survival. But do keep track of rations.
Yeah.
Who knows? You might run out.
Yeah.
If something goes wrong.
I will have 10.
So is the road to the Summer Palace, is that dangerous, or?
Well, I as I said, I haven't
Oh, you haven't
taken
been
the
before,
trip,
so-
but the trip does go through a forest,
Alright.
and in that forest there is a mighty beast.
Oh,
What kind of beast?
A dragon. A dragon named Razoreth.
You've heard the name before.
Razoreth.
Nazareth, Razoreth.
And usually, and usually, he won't harm people if they just pass through the woods.
A dragon.
well then let's
But
try.
be careful. Do not harm the woods while we're there.
Do I know anything about dragons?
Respect
Do you
nature,
know anything
whatever
about
you do.
dragons?
Probably not. Intelligence 8? Probably
Yes, sir.
And also, when we come to the lake, I do not know why, but I was always told that you are not allowed to bathe in the lake.
So we
Alright,
need to
so
find a way
no
over.
bathing and
Stay clear of the
stay
forest.
clear of the forest. Treat nature right,
Yes.
right? And
Exactly.
let's not fight a dragon. That's I think we can.
Hmm.
And I guess that
Yeah.
means no drinking of the water there as well.
I
Probably
think
no touching of it.
I wouldn't know. Actually, I was never told why.
But let's not, just to be safe.
Yeah,
Hmm.
we can always ask someone at
Sure.
the Summer Battles when we get there. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's.
Well, that's good to know. So we have a
Few
we have a
days.
few days of journey ahead
We do.
to get there and
Who's
find out.
gonna,
As I
who's
said.
gonna take over for you? The resistance.
I
Is
think
anyone
that-
left or are
I
you?
think
This is the resistance.
Kevin, I think
This
these two.
Son, you're a part of it.
Yeah, but
We need to find out, first of all, before we go anywhere, if you three are willing to join the League of Light and accept its leader, or if you are independent. Because we had some trouble.
I don't see any problems with following Gallion.
That's good to know, but does that go for all of you?
I'll do whatever it takes to get everything back on track and to keep people safe. That's and to keep those people who are around me safe. And that's usually been my main priority. Those who are important to me. So I'll do anything to keep my friends safe in any way. So
What
I'm
the-
with you there.
If that goes against following the orders of the leader of the League of Light, then what will you do?
So far, I've had no trouble following orders, and I probably wouldn't either, as long as they're sound and not
That's good.
too reckless. So I will.
This is a war. And there's a reason. If I ever give orders, there's a very good reason. And also, should this league decide that I'm not fit for leading, I will of course take immediate actions and step down.
Wasn't me.
I was always taught.
What was that?
I was as a,
Attacks!
as a part of my training, I was always taught to follow orders, but
That's
not
good.
to just follow them blindly.
It was rubble. I'm doing sound effects.
That's good.
That's the way I, at least.
I see
Yeah,
it
go
as,
into it.
as long as we know that you protect us, we protect you. We
If you're
Surely
in the
that's
League of
fine.
Light, we all protect each other.
Hmm.
Then I guess that's settled then.
Yes.
You
That makes
pack
sense.
your last.
You're in?
Yes. I am.
Good son.
Don't call me son. Son!
You pack. You get your hands on. You pack your.
Call me son one more time!
do.
Take a walk.
Do.
You pack your last couple of things. The essentials. I mean, the three of you didn't have a whole lot coming in to begin with, so. That's true. But you as well, if you see something, you're pretty much free to look through the, I believe, under items in the player's handbook. There's like on the Explorer backpack Explorer items. You're free to pick an item that you bring along.
Ooh. In what book did you
What?
take it?
The player's handbook.
PH.
Again, you don't have to
Listen.
do it at this very
But
moment.
No, we're not.
You can do it while I tell you what's gonna happen.
From the Explorer's
What happened?
pack.
Are we not live yet? As you make it towards the edge of the city, you again maintain caution for potential scouts and whatnot that are patrols sent through the city, even though the guards and soldiers at the temple have been dealt with. You're not necessarily sure that, for starters, whether the people or the Shadakai in the city know of this, or if what will happen when they find out. So you make haste and make your way to the edge of the city. You start climbing the rubble of the city wall, and as you balance your way across the piles of stone and dirt, Galleon, a sad realization overwhelms you. The once great walls of Mithrandain, which you proudly stood on top of, protecting the city, are now passable by anyone and everyone willing to just climb a few rocks to enter what once was a sprawling metropolis. You all make your way up to the kind of the top of this just pile of rubble surrounding this city. It's not just a little bump. It takes a little while with different bricks and whatnot. You have to maneuver your way over. And primarily for the three of you who have never been to the Feywild before or never seen anything of the Feywild outside of the city that you're currently in, you stop for a moment and look into the Feywild. You're greeted by a bleak and forsaken landscape, which where stories of the Feywild, what you've heard in the past, have always told of these vibrant forests with foliage so thick and dense that you could only see a few feet ahead of you. The opposite is what meets your eye. As you stand on the remains of the city wall, I'll turn it down, don't worry. You can see open hills for miles.
Sorry, it was just hard to
There
focus.
you go. Yeah, as you stand in the remains, you see open hills for miles, plastered with charred tree stumps and kind of withered old bushes that have just crumbled together. And as you crawl down on the other side of the wall, the ground beneath your feet, as you kind of come off, where there once was grass and kind of light dirt, the ground beneath your feet is completely blackened and cracked, and the soil is dried out and completely lifeless. The silence of the burnt trees is only broken by occasional flutters of blackened leaves falling from the trees, and the sounds of what may be a few small creatures that could have survived the destruction. So every now and again, as you kind of come down the wall and start making your way out and away from the city into this big open landscape, sometimes you'll hear a bit of rubble here, a bit of rubble there. Nothing that you consider threats, but just that's really all there is. Outside of that, it's just quiet. This lady isn't singing as much as she would want to be. But
There's a foul voice in the air.
It's just me, I'm rehearsing.
This is
what you say.
not quite what I imagined the Feywild looked like, honestly.
Let's hope the Summer Palace is a bit more cheerful.
Yeah.
Let's get
Indeed.
on.
You alright, Colin?
It's just the sight fills me up with anger and sadness.
How far
But
from?
whenever you're in doubt, look to the moon.
I should add that none of you can see a moon on the sky.
Yeah.
Lead the way.
That way.
You start walking and make your way out and away from Mithrenta into the open. And after an hour or so of walking in this barren landscape, again, I should add that the smell, where it was of sulfur and metal in the volcano, where it was of like dirt and decay in the city, this is essentially like just smelling the remains of a wooden fireplace. You know the smell your clothes have the day after you've been at a bodega or something? That is like that is the smell that the air is here. There's not a thick layer of smoke, but if where before you could maybe see like 500 feet ahead of you, now it's maybe 400 because there is smoke like in the distance, making it difficult to like maintain proper vision of everything.
I bring out the bag of smells and just thinks of cinnamons and apples and summer.
Angry that you paid full price for that cinnamon roll in Cremorne.
Yeah. And then I pass it around just to give a bit of spirits.
Interesting item.
Yeah.
Does it always smell like this?
Oh, you can change it.
No.
Think of something you like.
And I think of the forest that I came from in the Forgotten Realms.
The immediate scent of grass and spring kind of fills your nostrils, and yeah, for a brief moment, as you maybe blink your eye or keep them closed for a little while longer as you're walking, it feels like home. But as soon as you take the bag away from your nose again, you kind of want to stay in the memory and rejoice. You're brought back to the stink of, or stink, I don't know if that's the right word, but the kind of sharp smell of ash and burnt tree.
Thank you, young one.
Welcome. Borrow it anytime. I call it my little bag of hoping.
After having walked
I'm
for a few hours down the same dirt road, who, I don't know that you haven't written it down yet, who has the highest passive perception in the group?
14.
The highest PP.
14.
Not me.
You have 0
also
intelligence-based
have,
characters in this campaign.
Also 14.
But it's wisdom, isn't
Oh,
it?
it's wisdom. That's
14.
13.
okay, so a couple of 14s.
Yeah.
14s walking down the road.
And since you are from around here, I'll give you the benefit of winning that not really contest. But know that you won. There we go. That's huge.
And you know
There we go.
when you look
That's
around.
huge.
Look at the little
you
wolf again.
have made your way again. It's very hard to imagine that this ever was a big, like dense forest, because all you see, every now and again, you have a tree that might be like original size, where the where the stump is, or where just the lumber is, but there are no leaves. There are very few. Only the like really thick branches would have remained on there, and they're completely dark. You make your way down into this valley, more like a small crevasse where the hills go up on both sides with maybe, I don't know, like 200, 300 feet apart. Still plenty of space for you to see and make sure that you know what's going on. You know that this is you're still on the dirt road that you know leads towards the Summer Palace. And there we go. You hear the sound of hooves and creaking wagon wheels coming from around a bend further up.
A cart's coming. What should we do, Galleon?
Hide.
Right.
We hide.
We hide.
There are, again, you don't have to roll yet. There are...
Yes, we do that.
There are
Shut up, we're hiding.
trees for you to hide behind, a couple of rocks, not to the sides where you can just stand behind them, but you can kind of crouch down and remain hidden. And given that you're the one that heard the cards, I also assume that you're the one sat furthest forward in this kind of formation that you're walking in. You see that around kind of a bend in this valley you're in, further up ahead, a group of Shadowkai. You recognize one having a long chain down its side, and 4 who seem to wield short swords similar to the ones you were fighting in the volcano.
But all Shadowkais.
Yes, the other ones were as well.
Oh, okay.
Just not
Shadow minions.
trained to the Shadowkin.
Shadowkin.
Shadowkins.
Shadow ones.
That's funny.
We killed younglings.
And enjoyed it.
You all of a sudden you know what made this entire campaign: the Shadowkins and the younglings. You notice that on the card there are elves, but again they've only just come around the corner, or Eldrin, you would know them to be, and they're about like 150, so 50 meters further up ahead.
Prisoner transport. What do we do?
On my signal.
Who goes in front? Who goes in the back?
I can try and do something with
They're
the
walking
wheels.
pretty slowly, but you know that if you keep, conversing for more than maybe 10 seconds, not real time, from now, but then they will both be able to hear and see you.
I'm in front. You and me.
With you.
I can disarm the wheel.
We have
so
weapons.
they can't
We can
move
hit.
in further.
Go for
I'll try.
Go for the Shadowkai, the leader,
Okay.
the one with the chains.
That is what you say.
Yes.
That is the time that you get to talk.
Staying back.
And
Don't do anything. Run.
Run.
So you're still hiding, or right?
Every time I make a new map for you guys, I always tell myself, Toby, don't make dark maps. They don't work the way that you want them to. You just can't see them. And then I make dark maps. Because
That's a
it's-
dark man.
I'm with you.
Because we're in the Fey realm.
You're coming in from the bottom of the map.
Oh, so
Look at all those little eggs that hasn't hatched yet.
This is the dragons. These are the dragons.
This is a
Dragons.
And where are we and where is it?
You are at the very bottom. Maybe, I suppose Therogar, you might be able to snuck up behind a rock or a tree further up ahead. I'm just gonna make sure that viewers can actually see what
See what we do.
is going on here. Because on webcams, apparently the white balance doesn't really save always. So
Placed you in the corner.
I might really want to go
Don't
up
put
here
baby
if
in
I
the corner.
can.
we'll do that.
Where do you want to be, Marcus?
Don't put baby in a corner.
So can we just put two wooden ones behind each other because the card is.
Well, I think I follow Therogon.
Where do we have the
Yes.
wooden ones?
Aren't they?
We have the wooden ones. I saw them earlier.
They should be
Yes,
around the
they were
table.
right
somewhere.
here.
They are under the thing.
They're right there.
Onto the-
They are right here.
Hans,
Can I have
Where
them?
do you
want them?
Put them. Let me show you.
I think I'm with Therogon.
Can I have the
The
vodka?
card would have just made its way around the corner
I love
and
this
be
French
on
accent they do.
these. Sorry, 6 squares there.
All of it.
So just put an icon there and an icon there, so that there's 6, like they're 2 by 6 or 6 by 2.
Who's dragging the
whatever.
cart?
The cart is being pulled by a black horse. At least it seems to have like a horse type figure from overhead.
That's not a horse.
And that is what you see. You see again that they're all the way up there. You have talked of what you wanted to do. You have add some more dice, please.
Where?
They're walking in a group of 4 next to one another. And then you have the Shadowkai boss lady. There's also a 5th one riding the cart. That could be that one there, I suppose. And then there's a boss. I'm looking where we are. Would that be? That's him there.
So where's the boss? Is that the black
that
one?
would the white one now is the use this one instead. Shadakai lady. That is what you see. Them walking in patrol, and again having a. There's only one on the card, and having a. Again, what you can see Therogar from there. Right as you turn around, again you only get a glimpse, but you see, like you can clearly see the long hair of these Eldrin just kind of tucked over forward with their hands on their back. And you now tell me what it is that you want to do.
Well, I'll follow you, Therogar.
I look at Galley, waiting for a signal as to when to attack.
And I think when they attack and have drawn attention, I'll try and stun the Shadakai.
The cart moves.
I think I would
10
give
feet closer.
Yes, that's fine.
Maybe wait with pulling them up. I'm gonna mark for you from now on where is she is there. Great. So I'm just gonna keep making a new mark every time you don't do anything.
Just for measure's sake, I will say I will give the order to attack when they are out, when the Shadakai is here.
All the way down there. Okay. Then as they make their way here, I need all of you to make a stealth check.
Fuck. Shit. I have advantage. It's been a day, right?
It has not been a day.
Oh, then I don't have advantage.
Oh, I had this advantage.
That's alright. I rolled 23.
13!
Hey, look at him!
With disadvantage.
Learning how to hide and shit.
70.
9!
9.
Oh.
10.
10.
You just hear hooves. Cuckoo.
As
nervous
you
tapper.
continue walking, you see that as the Shadakai reaches here, she just does this with the hand. And starts looking around. For a moment you feel like she must have had, like as soon as she does this, I should ask, is your impulse to hide behind the cover or look if she sees you?
Hide.
So what you see is her do this, and then you like either you duck down behind the tree, like the rock, or go in behind the tree, and you just hear like low voice growling. You hear no words in return, but clearly the wheel, like the sounds of the cart that you heard before, is no longer being moved. Yeah.
While I'm crouching down, are there any rocks where I stand, like close by?
There is what you see.
Yeah. So I grab a small.
So
rock.
you would have. Oh yeah, yeah.
I grab a small rock and
Yeah.
just hold it,
Yeah.
and I look at Therogar and try to like. Signal that.
I nod.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a rock in this direction over here
Mm-hmm.
and see if it can serve as a
Yeah.
Distraction.
Make a distraction check. No.
Do I need to roll anything?
No, I just did. And she doesn't stumble and drop her weapon. That was everyone last session that did that. You don't see anything. Again, you haven't peeked over the top. You just hear, kind of as a response to you throwing the rock, a sound from someone not too far from you, kind of indicating that since the voice came as you, the rock kind of left the stone or they were hiding behind, someone might have seen where the rock came from. That is what you get of the sound cue.
In the darkness.
Oh.
Do we see that
I mean,
here?
again,
Since
right
that-
now I'm assuming until you say otherwise that you're all tucked in behind cover so that you can't see them, so that they can't see you. If you're
All right. Well,
trying to
Alright.
peek, that's why I asked before if you're hiding so that you can see
Yeah.
them, or if you're hiding so that you're in full cover.
I would like to try and peek around
As
this
you
side
try
of the corner.
As you try and look around,
So the inner side.
as you try and look around, you see that the Shadakai lady, that we call them now, because now they're all female for some reason, is up here, looking very straight in the direction of Dominic. Or the rock. Is it a rock or a tree?
It's both. Okay, so you're behind the
That's a
rock.
tree.
He's behind the tree.
In
Can
the
I see
direction.
them? Can I
Yes,
see them
in
from
the
the
direction?
outside?
Wait one moment. In the direction of the rock that he's behind. She's just looking with her chain now, kind of coming out in her hand as she stood there. And the Shadakai in the back who were stood in a bunch now standing here.
Fuck.
There. And then the other two are down here, kind of surrounding the
cart.
The cart. One is down here as well, looking in all directions.
I try to message to you.
Did you guys?
It's for you to decide whether you're looking at him or not right now.
Well, I think when he's trying to get our attention.
And you would all have
can't
heard
say
now
anything.
that what you hear, since you're not looking, is the chain coming out of this person's belt. Clink, kind of the because it is rocky terrain that you're walking in, so you can clearly hear metal. And I mean, you saw before, so you know now that a weapon has been drawn.
Okay, I prepare a dodge and just get ready behind the tree.
Yeah.
I look over at Kevin and I try and make sense of what he's doing. I'm gonna draw my sword.
Kevin, what you see is that the Shadakai is moving further forward.
How long?
Around there.
I prepare on your nod a firebolt.
And while he does that, I
unless
prepare a ranged
hide
attack as well.
Out of cover again. To not know what's going on, I need you to make a stealth check. Like if you're trying to continue to look for information, then I need you to make a stealth check.
Me or then I can.
I'm gonna try.
You guys are hiding, right?
Yeah.
You prepared a dodge. You're awaiting. Yeah.
I think because I'm in charge, I will have it.
Peek up, make a stealth check.
Hey.
22.
Decent. 13.
What did you say?
22.
You peek out, and again you see how she has stopped moving, but is currently standing, very alert, looking around to see if there is.
Is
any...
she looking at my
No,
direction
looking
as well?
around. But you're found like a little dent,
Yeah,
like in a hole in the tree that was burned out or something. You can see through, and she doesn't appear to have noticed you.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out a dart.
Yeah.
And if she goes any further, if she goes around that tree, I'm gonna try and throw that at her.
Okay.
Prepare a dart.
Yeah, so I prepare a dart for if she's
moves further forward.
Yeah.
You see how she stood there again, kind of clearly knowing that you heard something and not wanting to move further alone. At least that's what you get from this being that you haven't spent a whole lot of time with or around before. And you see how she does this with her hand. It kind of lifts it up, does this, and you see how the you would both see this. See how these Shadakai down here start moving further forward. Not the cart, but just the four Shadakai that are on the ground, as if she wants them to help investigate.
Just tell me
back up.
Yeah, they just continue moving at a slow pace while you guys are doing whatever you're doing.
I give the signal.
You give the signal?
I give the signal.
Then I would like, as you peek over with your bow, like take a shot. I would like all of you to roll this too.
Yeah, baby.
Let's fucking go.
Surprise round. I draw my sword.
Yeah, is that a surprise attack?
That's
No. Because she is very alert, and as soon as
Okay. Yeah,
I guess you would get your surprise attack because you had already stealth checked and peeked forward.
Yes.
But as soon as he fires,
Surprise is
I
gone.
was prepared to fire when he said.
That's true, you did.
Yeah.
You said
That
that.
is actually true.
I guess the
you do
signal
it as
is
well.
the signal is those two guys.
Ja, hvis det er et net der.
Skal vi bare
Så kan bare sådan en ekstra lader.
knippe det gammel? Kan vi give det gammel?
Alright.
Ja, sehr gut.
Sehr gut, mein Schöner. Ich richtig gern, mein Michael. Traurig geht.
And the silver?
Oui.
Is that silver? Oui. Gracias.
The most beautiful
Silver
language.
is of course German, so it's a natural thing to do. We come to another portal and then we walk into the city, that is normal.
Yeah. What is
That's how
it?
Dominic's.
What did Kevin roll?
4.
Impressive with Dex. Zeke?
That was a
20.
Oh.
20.
Thorgar?
11.
Gong?
10.
Last gong.
Dominic?
18. I'm happy about this.
I'm happy.
I'm not.
So the two of you
One
get
again.
to shoot your shoots.
Yes, yes.
Great. And can I do mine as an ensnaring strike?
You fire an arrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you do it with range attacks?
Yes.
Then you can make an snare.
Right. And it's just the next time I hit with my attack
Okay.
that it triggers.
So you
24 to hit.
You hit
12 fire damage.
12 fire damage. Math. Yeah.
And that's a 12.
You both kind of come out of the behind your rock and go, and as you both kind of try and squeeze out from behind the same position, not having whole or room to maneuver, again your firebolting just it's like a so your movement kind of goes in the way of your aim a little bit, and as you fire, the arrow flies past.
I have an extra attack.
Not on the surprise attack. Your
No!
attack.
Oh.
That's true.
Do you get 2 attacks on surprise attack if you prepared an action? No, but you prepare an action. You don't get
It says you can attack twice instead of once whenever you take the attack action on your turn.
2, you get an additional
As Legolas.
attack on.
Got 2.
For example, on my action it says attacks per action equals 2 instead of
The
just
ready action lets you ready an action you can take, including attacks, but extra attacks only happens on your turn. So it's technically a ready action that you use as a reaction to something happening.
I still have my spell going on. That's good.
That is up to you, or something you know. What happens next is that as you peek forward, you see how this
Oh, snap of doom.
lady looks at you, kind of scouts the rest of the terrain, looking over towards very briefly where the rock came from, realizing that you don't know what she realizes. She just backpedals and moves. Yes, and moves back behind the tree. Yeah. There. Wait, count it for me, please.
Here, actually.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
There, she ends her turn there. Or ends her running there, and all you hear is her.
Abyssal, primordial, celestial,
No, you know what she doesn't. What she does is it just jumps. In the same way that you've seen her do it in the city, where she kind of took off, disappeared for a second, and then appeared again somewhere else. So jumps and lands back there. Same position that you would have run into. This was just
Fucking hell.
And is standing very ready with her
Chainy
with the chain kind of starts spinning it. Then it's Seek.
Then it's Seek. Seeing this,
Fireball.
Bolt that fire.
I don't
I don't know if I have
suggestion. Please don't attack me. Is what's
now. I said the thing that I wanted to be with the ring during the sword rest.
Yes, that
happened yet. No.
That's not English yet.
No. I'm just looking between my spells.
This short rest was you guys gathering stuff for
The journey.
the journey.
I don't remember because something happened,
Okay.
and I don't remember how many spell slots I have
I
left.
think you had one of your highest level, and the rest of them were used.
Yes, good. Then I'll just remove that one, and then I will.
And you also had one level 1 if you used that for the fight before when you remember?
No, but that one was just gone.
Oh.
And I remember I had some second levels. Back. Okay, I'm going to make. How far away am I from them?
Do the math.
I'm within 120 feet, I can guess.
Are you?
Yes.
I don't know.
Between
It's pretty far.
10, 15.
Paleocheat.
8, 10, 20,
15, 20.
20,
Thank you.
25, 30, 35.
Okay, I think I just want to clarify
45?
map. The maps that I make that are fit for this screen are always, like, as long as it's not maps where you move around, are always 140 feet long.
Yeah, I'll
So
hit.
now we know.
Yes.
From end to end.
Hooray!
Then I'll do
And-
a twin spell.
80 feet wide.
Yes. So just
Now we
make
know.
2 fire bolts and these 2.
Bolts with the T.
Bolt.
Yeah.
Yes.
You shoot
No
the bird.
firebomb?
I do not have the firebomb.
Oh, you do not have the firebomb.
That I do not.
I'm so sad to hear that.
I am so.
You make a le attack.
I just have to find the thing where I press off something of my sorcerer's team,
You're
and
not
then
trying to piss off anybody.
and then I do this.
Just
Yes.
fun to do with an axe. You can change if you need it.
No, I don't do that. I just do a firebolt at her.
Okay.
That doesn't hit. That's a 10.
You do not hit.
No.
Oh, you pass it.
And then I run over here. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 35.
Behind
Behind the rock.
But you don't hide. You
No,
just have
cannot
a little bit of
hide.
cover. A little bit cover, yes. Dominic.
Fuck it. I draw my sword, my reacher, and I jump out of the tree.
Yeah.
Out from the tree, I guess.
Yeah.
And I just try to make the best war shout I can do. Exactly. And just start running towards these guys here. So that'll then I'll be dashing.
Yeah.
Dashing through the woods.
Do your max movement first, then dash.
Yeah, you're right. So I was here.
Yeah.
5,
15,
15.
20, 25.
Wait, what? Is that 25?
No,
where you're
way
now.
not. 25. 25.
Yeah, 30. That's my movement.
Yeah.
Dash.
Yeah.
Then you
1,
dash.
2, 3, 4, 5.
30.
Are you within 20 feet of the
Yes.
lady?
Yeah.
With the
Yeah.
cane?
Well, maybe
sorry.
not with.
We do the
With
distance.
the diagonal.
No, well, I guess I'm not. If that was
20.
if that was 25, then that's 25.
No, but are you within 20 feet of her?
Wait, don't you have 30 feet of movement?
30 feet of movement.
So it's
Yeah, but if I
5,
was
10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
5, 10, 15, 20,
25,
25, 30.
yeah,
And
But-
you're
but
within
that's
20 feet of her.
yeah.
That's what I was asking. And
Yes.
you are.
That was the.
Okay, so as you come running with the reacher in hand, remember that you can attack with the reacher from 10 feet away. If you
Yeah.
want to attack that. Oh, you dashed.
I dashed,
No,
so I can't.
she swings her chain at you.
Yeah, she does.
And
It was a signal.
a 16 against John.
Doesn't fucking hit.
And because it's a ready action, she doesn't get her extra attack. We figured
That's
that out
no,
now.
she doesn't.
She does not
Uh,
hit. Natural one.
For what?
For you not hit.
Oh,
I
is
asked
that
for
your turn?
bones.
Yeah, I'm just there.
You stood there. You do realize that it's the one over there who's the big baddie.
I know.
Okay,
No.
one turn.
So,
Who?
Tharagar seeing this young half-orc running.
That is not.
He says, I like this one.
And he,
I heard the signal. Let's go.
and I want to. I have 40 feet of movement.
Spider, you become
10,
multi-class
15,
barbarian.
That idea earlier.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
And then I would like to go here.
Slakaka.
Shakaka.
Yeah.
And I would like to use my bonus action to rage.
Logger.
Yeah.
Logger.
I see
then-
him kind of changing color.
And as you see me rage, you get the inspiration feeling in your own system. And I would like to attack Big Baddie.
You can't do
You
that.
didn't you dash?
Huh?
You dash?
You dash.
Oh, sorry.
That's
My
okay.
bad.
That's okay. That's okay.
You can look really bad at him.
I like the excitement. Fight me!
Then that's my that's my turn.
Fight me, bro.
You.
Fight me. Come
did you roll?
I rolled 10, I think.
And you rolled?
I rolled
15.
As you yell, "Fight me!" You just see how instantly one of these guys just looks to you with his short sword and tries to swing at you. A little intimidated, but that's good. Number two goes for a swing with his short sword and hits nut. Tries again and hits also nut. That's his turn.
Nice.
Maybe just clink, clink.
You call that a sword?
Number two guy tries to hit you as well, or an X, I suppose. Hits a 17 against your armor class and deals 3 piercing damage. So I suppose one
damage.
Thank you for keeping my rage going. Now I don't have to slap myself. Can't you do any better than that?
Almost as good as a back massage.
But tries to hit you again. Oh, God.
Good luck.
And hits you with the second
Thank
hit.
you, my
And
shoulder
this time
needed a
around
crack.
does 7 damage.
Thank you.
That is a total of 3 piercing damage. Number 6 runs up to, that would be Dominic.
Yeah.
And tries to hit you
Yes.
with a short sword. He doesn't fall. He just doesn't hit.
I use fast.
Yeah.
To
have rolled
yeah.
an incountable number of nat ones over the last like 3 or 4 sessions. It's absurd.
Nat 20.
That is 6 opposite of 1.
Oh my god! This is gonna hit. This is gonna hit. What? Okay.
Gonna slay it.
So I need 2d6s.
Yes. You need
And-
more?
Yeah, and no, that's good. That's good. This is good. No.
That's good.
And I need 2d8s. I have this.
All right. You got it.
I got it.
Got it. That's a lot of damage.
4 damage.
No.
Oh,
5.
That's not a lot of damage.
That's a lot of dies. I meant to say dies. Dies. That's a lot of dies.
This could have been. That is 21 points of piercing damage.
Still a pretty decent chunk of damage considering it's not even your turn.
That's damage.
Yeah. And yeah, so when I see him miss me, I'm just inspired by this whole.
This guy swings at you.
Yeah.
You pretty much just grab his hand mid motion, like throw it away, and just give him fuck ton damage.
Yeah.
And as a result of it, he just drops his sword to the side as he just like he doesn't die, but he was pretty much sliced like right across the chest.
The enemy body was
It felt not good.
That was a good massage.
Then it is number 4 down there.
I'm psyched.
Looks at you real quick. Looks at Therogar, runs over and attacks him instead.
3 damage more.
Pulls a short sword, attacks you. He hits and deals 6 damage. So 3. Thank you, Freddy, for predicting. Tries to hit you again and hits a 14 to your armor class
That's my armor class.
and does 3 piercing damage. So 1 piercing damage. Stabby stab.
Boom.
So this is what Kevin feels like.
6 of damage.
Thank you.
Number the 1. Now you wouldn't
23?
really pay attention to that with opponents everywhere right now. So now it is Galleon.
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 Stallion. I jump out of my.
Galleon the
If he can't be a centaur, he can be
At least I can
almost be called stallion.
Galleon the Stallion.
That's what they call it in the summer city.
Moonbeam.
in the summer
Booming.
summer palace.
I had a plan, but I can't remember what it was.
Those are the best plans.
The Golden Spires. That's
Just improv, bro. Just improv.
That's a true general talking. The other way.
So I'm 5.
Captain
There's a
talking.
blue wall that
Give the
appears.
signal.
You're still in the book.
In the single. What was my single?
15, 20,
Wait, okay.
30. And I dash.
Yeah.
5, 10,
He only has short-term memory.
15, 20,
Third.
25, 30.
Yeah.
No shooting.
No, because she dashed.
And then I would like to
bonus
use
action
a
stuff.
bonus action to cast a Shield of Faith.
Yeah.
Shit of faith.
Shit of faith.
Shield of Faith on Kevin.
You need to make a ranged attack first, then.
No. Shield of faith.
No. It was the
Shield.
Shield of Faith.
Yeah.
Shield of Faith.
Shield of faith.
Shield.
And what happens to Kevin?
Gotcha!
Of shield of
A shimmering field appears and surrounds Kevin of my choice within range, granting him a +2 bonus to his AC for the duration.
Okay, I am gonna tank
What does this shimmering look like? Just for the sake of RP.
Describe.
I think it's a light
color?
blue shimmering field.
What you see is Galleon look to you for a brief moment, and all of a sudden this light blue just starts coming from all
From the
around your
moon.
body.
You got more HP than I do.
Yeah, he's literally been trying to do stuff with light blue shimmerings around his body for the entire campaign.
How did you do this?
He's beginning to believe.
It's called faith.
I'm the one!
Oh, I
And
think
then
I was gonna learn Shield of Faith eventually. Thank
And then I shout, look to the moon, attack the Shadow Dancer!
Yes.
Kevin.
Hey!
Not too much.
5, 15,
Shadow Cancer.
20, 25, 30,
It's a mighty foe.
34.
Yes, we do
40.
1 foot movement maps now.
I'm
It's
gonna
zoomed
use
more in.
1
Can we
second.
please remove
Can I do
everything in
that?
the room? We need a battle map.
Yes.
One sit on the floor.
Use your sandals.
Oh, I can't. I don't have any charges left.
You didn't use them on the dragon, remember?
No, but, I know, but I used it before.
the dragon.
But I'm still gonna.
That before off stream, I had nothing
Can
to
I
do.
actually climb? I dash, so I really want to climb this tree.
How?
You're level
40.
8 now, right?
Yeah.
You can run up surfaces, vertical surfaces.
No.
You are a schooner man.
Spider-Man.
No, I can't.
Okay,
No, that's
Spider-Man.
Isn't that now?
That's
level
not.
9.
That's not yet.
That's level 9.
9.
Maybe.
You can't
but
confuse me like
how
this.
much movement did you use?
So I was here, so it's 5. So I have 30 movement left.
You can climb up a tree.
Thank you.
The tree isn't that tall, though. It's maybe 10 feet. Like, again, it's burnt to pieces, so you being small, not wearing a big armor or anything, is possible. But even for you, like as you try and kind of move
Yeah.
up this tree, it's still instantly your hands get completely black. I mean, it's completely sodded. This tree.
Oh, but it's not on
it's-
fire, right?
No. It's just as you. I mean,
And I wouldn't do it.
you start moving up this burning
Yeah.
tree, and no, it's not. And kind of position yourself on like one of the few big branches that are left.
Yeah.
But even your small weight, you can feel that you
Okay,
don't
it's
want to.
not-
Like, you don't want to leap
Cool.
with a massive like pushing off the branch from here to try and jump anywhere.
I can't.
You can probably jump off, but you can't do super crazy
No, no.
stuff.
What?
You can jump on his shoulder.
And I draw my monster dog tooth, which wasn't a dog.
Quack quack.
Dog. A
Dog.
tooth.
Not a duck.
No, a dog. It's a monster otique.
Monster
That's
tooth.
it, and that's what you do.
And then I just start screaming "Rah!" to try and draw attention.
Maybe it's intimidation.
Are you a tank?
With this advantage.
I didn't know you.
I'm shimmering.
You are shimmering.
Yeah, yeah.
Why do you think I'm allowing you to do?
I didn't know you were a tank.
With
Now he is.
disadvantage?
Yes. Because people are fighting
Well,
bigger foes than
15.
you right now. They, I mean, you catch their attention, or the attention, I should say, of pretty much everyone. And from up there, actually, I should kind of go like a crazy person spooling spit in all directions, like I just did on my computer screen. For a brief moment, you look down towards the cart.
Oh fuck.
Where you see this group of 5 elves, you would consider it to be, because you haven't actually met any Eldrin yet.
Galleons. He's
Yeah, I mean, they're a little,
No.
not as pale-skinned as Galleon, but people with pointy ears and long, beautiful, straight hair, sitting kind of with the back turned, and kind of in the midst of all of them. Again, it's hard to really make out things at a distance. But distance, you can see a bigger figure kind of sitting, clearly moving around in the chair. And this guard, so to speak, that was sat on on the cart is crawling down it, or starting to crawl down on this side.
Okay.
Yeah. Shadow Dancer is looking at Theragar and goes swingity swing with the chain.
Swingy swing.
Oh,
Swang,
shit.
swang, swang.
Is it the swankiest swing?
Swing of swools. Yes, swings at you. That is 14 exactly against your armor class, and you take. And we agreed that we roll dice on everything now in the campaign.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
You take 10 piercing damage,
So 5.
and you make a dexterity saving throw as this chain, being swung at you, starts kind of wrapping around your hand.
No.
That's a good roll. Dexterity saving throw. I have advantage on dex against effects that I can see while not blinded, deaf, nor incapped. It's already a good roll, but I'll just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
All right, so dex save. That's 19.
You clear. So as you can feel, again, you've been up against these foes before. You see how not only does she swing the chain at you and leave kind of with the spikes in your hand, but she's trying to like tighten it. But you manage to like very quickly get it off of you. And as soon as you get it off, she just whips it back and swings it.
Another.
Hits you, and you take 11 piercing damage. So 5. And make another dexterity save throw.
Another.
Wait.
That is not as good this time. That's a 7.
You feel as this chain tightens around your arm. I have not prepped these dice because I never use these dice.
That's a D12.
No, even less use. The UFO die. I never use D10s for anything.
Oh.
You take an additional 21 necrotic damage.
21.
As this chain kind of around your hand, and as she pulls it back, she just looks to you, and then she jumps, lands behind the number 6 guy closest to the group.
This guy?
There, yeah. And looks up to you, Kevin, and tries to swing at it with her third attack.
With the chain as well?
Yes.
Oh.
With the chain.
That is the only. The chain is the only weapon that you've seen on this character.
I was thought it was entangled.
Do you get an opportunity when she jumps? Attack of opportunity when she jumps?
No, this is technically a teleport.
Okay.
So no. It's called shadow jump.
Shadow jump.
Like in much bigger, and then.
Shadow.
So you see the jump animation instead of it just being.
She's gotta hit it right.
And she missed.
Nice.
Hey,
She kind of swings at you,
19.
but there's enough branches in and around.
And this wasn't a.
This was
ranged attack, right?
it hit a branch.
Yeah.
No, she is within. She has a very long reach on her weapon,
Shit.
as you know from
He has a very long
earlier.
reach.
Because whips and those things don't become ranged attacks just because they're long reach, right?
Oh, they're
No, they're still melee
instant
attacks.
finesse attacks.
So
That's more
then
for
see.
flair. Okay, seeing this
All the way down there.
Are you alright?
You can hit
Six
everything.
younger brother comes as well.
10, 15, 20.
You have a brother as
25.
well.
Here's some. What are you doing here?
And I'm going to shoot a fire bolt at this
We know we
guy
have a
over
finger for
here.
when you find them, if you do.
At this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Firebolt.
Bolt of fire.
That's hits.
That's hits.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's 13 fire damage.
Oh my lord.
And
Yeah.
then you're doing good.
Good job, guys. Yeah.
You're doing
That's my
good.
Dominic.
Which one did you hit?
Number 2.
Fun.
Okay. Number 6, he's the guy I fucked up.
He is standing without a weapon and not looking very dapper.
I look at him, I attack him.
It sounds reasonable.
But this is not with advantage because.
Yes.
Is it?
No, no.
No,
Not if you're
it's
taking
not.
number
Not if you
6.
take number 6, no.
I kind of need him out of the way.
Yeah.
Sounds.
Reasonable.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Again, remember you can share spaces with foes. You just can't end your turn or attack when you're on this square. So if it's because you want to go on the other side, it's just difficult terrain.
Oh wait, so I can.
Get to the
You can
other
move
side.
through them,
here.
share their turn as long as you don't end your turn there. As long
I don't
as
get attack of
you-
opportunity.
No,
because
because
they
you're not
don't move out
leaving
of your
their
reach.
Oh,
reach.
okay.
it's just difficult
Well-
terrain if you want to share the space with them.
Well, I want to go over here.
Instead of attacking the other guy.
Yeah.
You still
Do it.
have reach.
I
Oh,
still, yeah, but
yeah,
I can't
can-
reach over, can I?
Yeah, if it falls down, you can reach.
Can I do
If it's
that?
10 feet, then yes.
In front
the
of
reacher.
Can I reach with my reacher in front of this guy?
Can
Probably
you
disadvantage attack.
attack with reach through the enemy?
Oh, I meant if he's dead. Like,
Yeah, but
I don't think you can hit, but like, it's.
That's
I'm just
I
gonna
think
kind of
there'd be
stretch.
cover.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Yeah.
look like an Indiana Jones and just go through the
That's fun.
That would be cool.
Do the flare.
You can attack through willing targets, but
Yeah,
they
okay.
still grant
You
the
can-
opponent half cover.
Yeah.
But remember
I
that
don't
he has
think
a
he's
big
very
hole in his
really
shoulder.
good now.
No.
Okay, but so
Do it
what
through his
I'm gonna
shoulder.
do
You can
is
stand here.
I'm just gonna go over and stand here.
Yes.
You move.
And I move and I attack the chain guy.
Yeah.
Chain gang.
Chain gang,
Chain of the correct.
And I do not hit. That's a 1.
You
but-
do not hit.
No.
As a matter of fact,
No.
what happens is that I would like for you to make an dexterity saving throw.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh.
30-20.
As you kind of move through, again, you're trying to brawl your way through these opponents to get to the Shadow Dancer in the back. You kind of make your way through it in the movement, try to swing your weapon, but you don't lose control of it. But still, like, kind of almost fall over as you make your way through it to the other side.
All right. Well, I'm gonna attack him again. That's 23.
You hit.
And I'd like to use a superiority die
Yeah.
She would.
to make a disarming attack.
Yeah.
So I tried to disarm the chain from him.
Do I have to do anything?
You have to roll a DC 16 for strength saving throw. DC 16.
That's good.
Fails.
Yes. Okay, so I.
Use it, damage.
Nice.
Oh.
Noise.
17.
Yeah,
That's
slowly, very quick.
23 points of slashing
Oi,
damage.
oi.
Nice.
And he is now dropped
Dropped
his
his
weapon.
Dropped
Yeah.
it.
And I will use action search.
Church. Action church.
Action
Take me
search.
to act.
Say again the damage.
23.
In the sunlight.
And now I attack him again.
Mm-hmm.
Take me to church.
Oh, Savior.
That's 30-20.
You hit.
I use a superiority die to do trip attack. So he's now prone.
If you hit.
If I did hit,
You.
it was 30-20.
Oh no, but you still don't like do a thing against your trip.
Oh yeah,
attack,
oh sorry, you do a strength saving throw,
That's what I
DC
was
16. Sorry.
which he clears.
Damn it. Damn it.
17 plus something.
Damage.
Plus sympathy.
That's 9,
nice.
12. It's 18 slashing damage.
That is a lot of fucking damage.
I attack him again because it's action surge.
3 attacks.
I have 4
Oh,
attacks.
extra than yeah, you do.
Level 8.
Another.
And off.
Another. Another.
22.
You
Nice.
I tried to.
Damn, these rolls,
I spend the superiority, I trip him again. Try to trip him.
So you spend your third superiority die? for trip? Yeah.
Triple attack.
What is the DC?
16.
You hit.
He falls.
Damn.
Falls to the ground.
And that's 7, that's 11, that's 17 slashing damage.
As you first kind of swing your weapon and miss, as you kind of try to maneuver your way through, second time around, instead of swinging your weapon, you just take the chain.
Oh, does he?
Can I just slash at him?
You know what happens? You know what
the
happens?
chain?
You know what happens?
Oh.
What happens is that I'm trying to find, like, remember the order of which you did your attacks in.
yeah.
So what happens is that you kind of brawl your way through, look at this creature with your first attack, even though you miss, you still catch, like, this being thought she was safe behind these two. So you kind of catch her off guard. As you swing your axe, you again have not quite found, have not found your footing yet. So as you swing it, You miss her, but hit her hand, cutting it clean off. And then as a result of it, as you slash again, you just pretty much drag her to the ground with your sword. And as you pull it out, she lies dead on the ground. You did like 50 damage in one turn.
I used all of my shit.
I know. That's insane.
And as a bonus action, I use second wind to heal myself a little bit.
Of course you still have a bonus action. Of course you do.
And I heal myself for 15.
That is a good min-max turn. I like it. I like it. Good round.
I have nothing left.
You see another Shadow Dancer appear from it. Save me!
Just slashing at this guy.
That was a very, very
Badass, man.
turn.
Badass.
I figured out how
Slap.
Make an intimidation check.
Oh.
That into yes, I never had to do that. 19.
You see, as you kind of just brawled your way through and insta-slapped this foe, how, while you're still in combat, these guys don't seem to want to be anywhere near you right now.
Is there anyone else?
You did multi-class.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Please move out of my range.
Is that not why you're here?
Please, walk away.
Walk away.
This is like the most fearful front of just two giants.
And a dwarf! On a tree.
On a tree.
A leprechaun?
Look at the dwarf on the tree! Is that your turn?
That is my turn. That's my turn.
Nothing else you want to do? Are you sure?
Yeah, no.
Some more action, some more attacks, maybe.
Some more surges.
Yeah.
Is this it?
I wish.
Is that all?
Third win?
I'm just Shadowman.
Fourth
I've actually used 4 superiority die because I used Riposte in the beginning of the fight, so I have 1 more shit left. That's it.
One more shit.
Well,
Good thing
That's
you had
fine.
short rest.
Heyo!
Fighters and the show.
Yeah, it's
that's my turn.
Thora.
Seeing Dominic destroy in one attack, I say, yes, that's it, my boy. Then I attack number 2 to the left of me.
That is the one that has been hit by a firebolt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A firebolt?
Firebolt.
That's 15.
15 to hit. You. Hit.
All right. That is 15 damage.
As you, what did you yell? Yell it again.
so the suspense is so big.
how you do it,
What did you yell?
That's my boy.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, my boy.
And as you yell, like finish your sentence, you just swing your axe straight through this being and kind of into the side of the tree, just cutting it in half with your axe, and you kind of pull your axe out of the tree again. Yes.
Nice.
Can I use my second attack on another creature?
Yes, you can. You can also move and then use it if you want to.
Then I would like to attack this one.
Yeah, you can remove the red die, by the way. Oh, not that one. The big one. Or the yeah, no, yeah, I don't know. She can stay probably for a while. She did. Yeah.
Right. Attack. Attack. Another.
Another?
That's 23 to hit.
You hit. Because you guys can't miss, I think.
Well, I missed the...
You did miss.
You missed
But
one.
that was against another.
That was actually the greatest net one in the world.
What happened?
That's 20 damage.
Is that a one shot?
It died.
Yay!
Oh, actually, no, you know what? That's not true. That's not true. So you pretty much cleave it with your axe. You just swing around, like pretty much in the same motion as you pull your axe from the destroyed tree. Just swing it straight over into the other guy, and as you pull it out, you just see him standing like this, with a sword in hand, and not really feeling too well.
Fall to
Yeah.
his knees.
Then it is him, and he goes like this, with his very weakened hand standing in between the two of you.
The 2 giants, the two motherfuckers. Yeah.
He does hit you, and you take 2 piercing damage.
That means
So
1.
1.
That makes 1.
It's gonna be so
No. Hits you again.
paper cut.
And 7 piercing damage. Maybe you're standing a little, like you've taken your guard down just for a moment because you felt. Ow! God damn it, you idiot! Both hands on the axe. And that's number 4's turn. Then number 4 in front. Wait, which one of the 2 did you attack? That's one. Okay, great. Then the one between you guys attacked Thurgar as well. Hits you and does 7, so 3 piercing damage. This is combat of many short sword attacks.
There's also that.
Hits you again and does 8, so 4 piercing damage.
Right.
Then the last guy is standing, kind of looking around, confused. Picks up his sword on the ground because it's been lying there this whole time. Looks at you, who are both like, I assume, just blood in your face, like with this black blood, and he just turns around, looks to Kevin, and tries to throw his sword at you instead.
He has the high ground.
That's a ranged attack, right?
Yes.
That's great.
It's
Yeah, I'm gonna deflect missile.
Yeah, for 1 second. It's a
No. Ninja on a tree.
I have -2 dexterity. But still hits you. 17 exactly.
No, because I have 19 because of that guy.
Yes.
Armor.
Sword.
You're welcome.
Can you catch it when it misses, or does it have to be when it hits you?
No, you can use your to deflect or catch the missile when you are hit.
Yeah, so it doesn't hit you.
So you
That's your own fault. That's your own fault.
Ah, damn it.
It flies, like goes. Maybe it doesn't. Like you stood up here, just like think. Yeah,
And
he's just
arm
stood there.
falls off.
He's just stood there, not knowing what to do. And yeah, that is its turn. Last guy you see is already down from the cart. He's starting. Well, he was sprinting towards you.
Until he
but
saw.
now what he does instead is take his sword and you know what? No, wait. Give me a moment.
Yeah.
Let me play my characters as they would do and not. No, he would attack. He would attack Dominic.
Yeah.
With a short sword.
Yep.
After the intimidation.
With the shortest
No, it wasn't in
sword.
20 and then it was not. It doesn't hit.
So I will use riposte.
Yeah. You said you had nothing left,
I have
cheater!
one more.
Cheer, bro.
Who's a cheetah?
You're a cheater.
I will not hit.
What did you roll?
11.
No.
11.
Fair enough.
11.
You hit.
I hit. Oh fuck.
These guys don't have armor on.
Oh fuck yeah. Oh, let's go.
I mean, they have small, like, leather stuff, and you just were told that they had -2 dexterity, so...
That's good.
That's not good.
Oh,
for leather. No.
that is.
Also, I realized halfway through the battle that I used the zombie stat blocks and not the... That's fine.
7. That's 17 points of slashing damage.
Shut up, guys, zombies.
It's the same thing.
And
17?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It did.
Nope, but hurt. Very hurt
Butthurt.
as well. Because
Butthurt.
now they're very new recruits. They are very new recruits.
Yeah.
And then it is Thurgar. No, it was not even your turn. It's Gunk.
Oh wait,
Galleon.
I'm part of this
You
fight.
can come in and just get all the kills now.
fucked. I'm part of this fight.
Do it! Do it!
Now I am now.
With my shield on my back, I pull the string and fire. And this one.
One turn since you used. Yeah. Oh no, you moved into lesson. That's right.
And that is
I'm so
16.
happy I jumped
You
in
hit.
that tree.
That's great.
Do you want to roll damage?
So useful.
Mr. 19.
Sure.
He's just stood there having just thrown.
6 damage.
He's just stood there having just thrown his short sword into a tree,
Don't really
and he's like,
seem to miss it.
an arrow just flies straight through his head. And what you guys see is as this arrow pierces, like this light just comes through and just kind of vanishes as the target falls to the ground. Yeah.
Aha.
Yeah.
And use my extra attack
Yeah.
on this guy.
Yes.
And hit Theragon.
Sorry. 14.
Not the first time. I need my rage. You hit.
Great. That's
Nice.
10 damage.
Boom. Double headshot.
Nice.
And yeah. This is such a deadly encounter. Anything else in your turn?
I do have a bonus action. Would I
I'm
like to use that?
rolling pretty
Nah, I want
well
those yet.
in this one.
No, that's fine.
That's your turn.
I shout. That's some pretty decent fighting.
That was a good signal!
Question: is your ensnaring strike concentration?
Yes, but I didn't use it
Is-
because that's a concentration.
That's what I was gonna ask. Great. So then it's Kevin, who's stood in the tree and just seen all these.
I look back to Galleon and say, "Thank you!"
And then
And I run out here and
crawl
jump
out
down.
from the tree.
No, I jump.
You do a flip?
But I would love to if I
Make an
can.
acrobatics.
Yes! So this is the hardest one in the world. 23.
You do a flip.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Over here, Cal, and go. He's the other direction.
No, it's just fine.
I know.
I'm gonna use a key point to dash and
Yeah.
go over here.
Yeah.
To see if I can let go. Well,
There's no.
Free the prisoners.
Yeah, I know. There's no top on the cart. So as you maneuver your way around, you see that their
I might
hands
actually
abound.
just jump in here instead of going there. I just jump up.
Jump
here.
up on the cart.
Yeah.
As you jump up on the cart, you see a cart filled with these 5 Eldrin. They have been beaten, or at least they have like bruises on their bodies. They're sitting exhausted, kind of bent over. Clearly, some of them have been looking or trying to look towards what's been going on with you guys, but too weak to really do anything about it. But as you jump up, you lock eyes with what appears to be a half-orc. A female half-orc.
Gonk?
Gonk, what are you doing here? A female dark-skinned half-orc who is sitting with kind of clearly trying to get free of it's not shackles, it's more just
rope. Take my muscle.
She has
up to-
short and curly hair and seems pretty buff for, I mean, you've seen buff female half-orcs when you were at the Valerie's Retage, so it's not too surprising to you. She looks very buff and just instantly stares at you.
Are you alright?
And for a second, she seems very shook. Kind of, you can tell that she was about to yell at you in Sylvan, but as you talk to her in, I suppose, Common, she goes, "Get me out of here!"
Of course. I run over and I
that would be
open her up.
another
open
turn.
her ropes.
That would be on another turn.
No, but he has
No,
an
I
action.
haven't used an action.
You dashed.
No, that was a key point.
You step over the wind.
You you jump down and start untightening her ropes.
Yes.
Weird. Make a sleight of hand check.
I probably just. I'm just gonna
Cut it
use
open.
my
Oh, okay. Hold on. Yeah.
dagger.
My
fun
tooth. Yeah, no.
No. Okay.
Tooth is not for slice. Tooth is for stab.
Dart.
Okay.
Net one.
You stab her and she dies.
No.
That's
There goes the rest
22.
of the campaign. That was your only lead.
Oh, sorry.
22.
You kind of clearly these knots are tied pretty well, as if done before.
Help
But
me
you
with the
managed to
rest.
get it out, and she just kind of once you get them out, like just looks to the rest of them and
Stop beating it up.
rolls initiative, I suppose. Seek. What?
Are we still in combat?
Yeah.
There's still
two guys.
You ran
like jump down and then I just
That's what I was saying. He's the other way.
These are alive, right?
Nope.
And also, I feel like you were chasing towards them, and then just before hitting me, you're like,
no, jump down off the tree.
No, I was like, okay, they got it.
It's like Forrest Gump running towards the camera and just.
And he just went, nice attacking. Thank you.
I'd like to use a Sacred Flame on this one over here. Yeah. So it's a dex saving throw.
Now
16.
you know they have bad dicks.
Yeah.
Yes.
You rolled 17.
No.
-2.
No. That's not. So 2d8 of radiant damage to him. That's 4 damage.
Oh wow.
He's still dead.
Dead. Wow.
So he's just. I would like to
You both, I think, on your initial attacks did 21 damage to them. They have 22 max HP.
I'd like to do like a small bead of flame just through into his heart, like
And
a small explosion. Yeah.
There. Yeah. Blood on.
A bit of summer light, I guess.
After summer fire.
it's so brutal and so beautiful at the same time.
Yeah.
Life is so.
Look, I'm virgin. It's like blood down your face.
He is a sunman.
And that's my turn.
That is your turn.
No.
And we are
No.
You know,
who's alive?
Okay,
One guy left.
I would like to use.
This guy.
Yeah, true.
Can I do? Yeah, I like to do a quicken spell. No, that's stupid. No. I'm done.
You never know when you're gonna get a long rest.
No, exactly. No.
Yeah. Then it is Dominic's turn.
Attack.
Go for it.
With advantage.
With advantage.
True.
Advantage.
That's 14.
Hits. And he's dead.
How would you like to kill this last one?
14.
And
What happens?
he falls to the ground. And
But how?
And you stand.
I'm smeared with blood and I go.
I need to remove this from this.
A sacred flame, like.
And you stood.
That's how I imagine it.
And you stood in
So beautiful.
this.
Like a summer wind.
It's not really a bloodbath, but it's just the aftermath of dead Shalakai, very weak Shalakai, and one not so weak Shalakai, but seemingly a lot weaker than the one you were up against in the city earlier. Not because of anything here, just because you guys wrecked her.
Not our guys, not us guys.
My soul.
Well,
This guy.
Yeah.
Captain, what do we do?
That was the signal, right?
One moment.
Oh, sorry.
One moment. You see, in the middle of all of this, Dominic. And this is kind of happening right as. No, you wouldn't see it. Theragar, you would see this. You see Kevin, who just sprinted past you towards the cart before. And from around the back of the cart comes a clearly beaten, but still very much alive and durable half-orc. And as that happens...
Captain, what do you want?
Seek to the prisoners.
Okay.
That was a signal, right?
I told you to wait.
They're all right.
As you...
Son, you did very good in
As
this
you
fight.
all...
Sheath my sword.
As you all look down in the direction, you
Well done, young one.
again, Kevin, you helped her down,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you see this
Very big
half-orc.
woman.
Her clothes is completely tattered with dirt, sweat, and blood, and she's wearing a necklace made of like small animal bones.
Do I recognize her?
You do recognize her as Shorabel.
I instantly run to her.
And she just stood there like, where are the rest of them?
What? I think
Are we
we got it
safe?
covered. I think we are, but we have to get away from the road.
And as
Galleon, I think we might
As-
need your healing capabilities down here.
as you yell towards the group, she locks eyes with you, Theragar, and what both you and Kevin see is how her it seems like her heart kind of sinks for a moment. Like she has had this very fierce, some would say barbaric presence around her, about herself, and now she seems more.
She's a druid.
I don't know if cautious is the right word, but more emotional, I suppose. A bit surprised too. Theragar.
Sorel, how did you come to be captured by these Shadowkai, so far from the tribe?
She's kind of trying to just get like the rest of the robe off and kind of clean up her clothes. We traveled for days. We thought we were safe, but when we started to set up camp, they came out of nowhere. The screams. The scream of our tribesmen, the people.
The tribe.
I managed to fend them off for long enough for Saxel and a handful of others to flee into the wilderness, but there were too many of them. These shits. As she kind of walks up towards the rest of you, you're all pretty much stood up by... she doesn't seem to care, at least not instantly. Initially she wants to help down the Eldrin, but it's as if her focus shifts from you over to Theragar.
I just continue freeing prisoners.
Together. She comes over, like looking at all the corpses. These shits, as she kind of tramps with her foot just straight on the head of one of them. Go.
Sorel.
They have no respect for the natural order of things. They just do whatever they want.
I'm glad that you survived. What of Ukumir?
I don't know. Everything happened so fast. We have to get these people to safety. And she kind of looks over her back. You already started to try and cater to them. The rest of you, I suppose, are still somewhat focused on the situation here with her. But she looks towards you and just whiffs your arms, as in go down and help out. And also, actually, you know what, Galleon, you would have met her before, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
That's for you to decide. Would Galleon have met her? In the city? At some point?
Yes, maybe, but I don't know if they have ever interacted. But he's recognized her. He knows she's part of Mithrandine's or half-orc.
You still travel with the elf?
Yes, we've lost many good people, but we have found these youngsters in the ruins of Mithrandine. They have incredible power. They've been helping us. And
I was thinking you only mingled with half-orcs.
Well, times for change.
I'm glad to see the change. You stand for a second, talking, while the rest of you go down to the elephants in the camp. Again, they're all incredibly beaten, bruised. You don't recognize any of them from having been from the city. All their clothes, what little clothes they still have on, it's pretty much all just shattered pieces of close to nothing. It's completely drained and they just sat there. I just want to go home. They were saying in Sylvan, all like with these different moans and not cries, but like silent, just as if half of them haven't even realized there was a fight.
How hurt are they?
Oh, they're hurt. They seem like shit.
Great, then I would like to use some of my my lay on hands. I have 5 points left.
So
how many are there? One for each.
Yeah. Right.
One.
For a brief moment, as you kind of lay your hand on them, you see how your energy kind of comes in and suits into them, but it's as if, even though, yes, you know that meta, you've given them 1 extra hit point, it's just as if the energy comes in, and where you're used to it like glowing for a little while, it just fades out again as they just stay there.
What happened to you?
What happened to you?
I just want to go.
Yes, I know. Where is your home?
And one of them, kind of passes out. midst, trying to make sounds.
I
The rest of them just sit like.
I
can't take this anymore. I've destroyed everything.
I grab from my water skin.
Did you say you've destroyed everything? Or they?
I've destroyed everything.
No, they. While you're catering or tending to the
I'm helping
to the needy in the camp, back to the discussion by the corpses.
I'll cheer them up by
Playing
saying,
a song. Oh.
yes.
Standing ready, my hand flute comes out.
I have a song.
I cheer them up by saying,
I'm not proficient in it.
seek to the moon.
He passes out.
Keep your spirits up.
I'm gonna remove this song from the album.
It was kind of suspenseful.
I liked it.
Okay. No. I have to get these people to safety and to find the tribe. That is my responsibility now.
Yes. The tribe must survive, but is there anything left?
I know that Saxel's fled into, well,
He kind of looks around.
we can't exactly call it woods anymore, can we?
So he's close by.
Oh no. I was captured a few days ago and we must have ridden at least a day and a half just to get here. We found the place.
You did?
We found the portal, but it was completely destroyed.
Damn.
As if destroyed with everything else that fell here.
We don't hear this, right? We have a
No, you wouldn't.
So there's no way back to safety.
We have to be the safety Thurgar.
Yes.
But your road leads down a different path than mine. You have your quest to complete.
And the rest of you kind of come back in this direction, overhearing as much as you want to overhear of the rest of the conversation.
Don't forget what Saxel set you out to do. You're needed elsewhere.
My most important task is to assure that our tribe survives.
No, that is now my responsibility. You need to be the one to rid the realm of this mess. I'm sure we'll meet again eventually when the gods want it, but until then, we have each our own destinies.
And she starts, and she picks up a short sword from
Yeah, one of the
Corpses.
one of the corpses. And as she picks it up, kind of looks at it for a second, then looks down at the chain.
Be careful.
Kind of just drops the sword, kind of wipes a bit of blood and sweat off her hand, takes the chain, goes like,
It tingles, doesn't it?
and starts walking back towards the rest of the group, or with towards the rest of you, and you see this half-orc coming back, walking back with this chain in her hand.
Do we see anything on her other than her biting?
As I said,
Yeah.
I mean effects of her
Yeah.
having picked it up. No, it just seemed pretty painful having just picked it up. Like there was a clear, for someone who was like, maybe even buff to the extent of Theraban Dom, maybe not as muscular but close. There was a clear as she picked up the chain.
What do we do? Do they take the cart to transport the sick people?
Sorel is more than capable of keeping these people, taking them to safety, I would say.
She's from your tribe.
Yes.
Oh.
You see as she comes down, kind of with the chain in hand, takes the belt of one of the. I mean, it's not really a belt, more of like a whatever skill for the sword.
Scabbard.
Scabbard.
For the sword, for a long sword. Kind of just tries to put it in her side somehow, and just goes in front of the cart and kind of takes the ropes where the. Oh yeah, I forgot to add that when yeah, exactly when the Shadow Dancer died, the horse disappeared.
Oh. Fine steed. She's a
and she just takes the ropes and puts them over her shoulder. I thank you for what you've done.
Where did you?
We'll see to the tribe.
Adogumir, you are his charge now. Train him well when you find him. I'm sure he survived.
I promise I will. And you see that for a second she like takes a step forward, not a whole lot happens. Then she just pulls like the cart over her shoulder as it slowly starts moving.
Gaining momentum.
As she walks with like the cart on her shoulder and flexing her bicep as best as she can, and this chain down her side, just starting to slowly, very slowly, walk pretty much in the direction that you came from.
I just look in.
We came from here.
You came from there. Exactly.
Dominic.
You don't have to use the.
Oh, no.
I just look at this
The Green Dragon
being dragging 5 people in a cart, like it's just in awe, just like wow.
Should we get these off the road so people won't get?
Either that or pile them together to stay there.
Burn them.
Burn the bodies.
Burn the bodies.
Burn.
I shout to Shorel. Safe travels. Look to the moon.
When I go, I don't think there is one left.
That's
and
a
it
lie.
just keeps walking.
You know there is.
No response.
No.
What a woman.
See something you like, young one?
No.
How about you start piling these bodies?
Yes, sir. I'll get Kevin. There. Yes.
I'm not dead.
Let's just take.
Yeah.
Don't put me in the body. Hey,
Don't kick the baby!
just help me out here. I'll help.
Of course.
Great.
I would say that for starters, you don't really have any oil or anything very flammable. So, and it's all dead around here. So unless if you literally spend a spell slot for a fireball.
A cantrip?
Oh, okay.
Cantrip for
fireballs
Take a
fireball?
lot of branches and put it around it. Oh.
Again, all the branches here are scorched.
Okay.
So you don't really get a whole lot out of that. And also, it would take a long time
To burn.
for corpses to properly. Like it needs a pretty intense amount
Let's
of
just
heat.
get them out of the
I mean,
road.
again, there are plenty of rocks, of trees you can hide stuff behind. And these wouldn't be the first corpses you've seen
Okay.
on the way here.
It's just-
Most
just
of
put
them
them
probably
to the side.
skeleton, or just you know how when after volcanoes you see like the pretty much just black shapes of a human body in like lying on the ground.
Yeah.
You've seen a couple of those as you've walked through the terrain as well.
Let's
It's
just.
not
Thorogar goes behind a tree because he has to relieve himself.
Yes. It was an intense battle,
And I
wasn't it?
just.
You're peeing on the bodies.
Yeah.
But,
Can I
maybe,
help you get these out of the side?
lubricant. No.
but what if we just pile
Want
them
an
just
oil,
to
right?
state an example?
Yeah, just
Half
put,
orcs
let's just put
piss.
them
You're
from
thinking
on,
like,
on the side of the road so they're not taking up space on
That's
the
why it trolls the road.
Like the beginning of Game of Thrones.
And
Put them on the next to the tree where you were climbing.
yeah, seeing that she took something from the body, I'm gonna try to see if she has something else on her body.
This lady would have, I mean, of things of interest, it would have pretty much just had
The chain.
the chain, which you now know can actually be used at a price, or can be real
200 gold.
exactly. When you come, there's like a box going. Huh.
Is she wearing something fancy though?
No. I mean, again, no. This is just your average
Okay.
transport.
Transport lady.
What about her armor?
Yeah. Again, you've
don't
seen
have
them
it.
before. The armors that they're wearing are these leather very dark, like almost just pitch black leather pieces put together. It's still intact. When no, it was her hand that was cut off. So the armor would still be intact. But in terms of objects, as in put in the pocket, she wasn't wearing. Maybe you've seen some additional rope and a belt that they've been using for the
pants
for the prisoners. But this is just an ordinary patrol person. She wouldn't be in possession of anything.
They just pile them away.
I would like to take the armor and bring it.
I've looked this up once before. D&D armor on off. It's I believe more.
5? Donning and
Depending on the different types of armor. Because we had the discussion when we were surprise attack if you could get, like how fast can you get your armor on and off. And I know it's technically you taking it off of someone else.
That shouldn't take that long time.
No. Here it goes.
Maybe we can use it for something.
Armor on is 1 minute. Now I'm telling you so you know. 1 minute for light armor, 5 minutes for medium armor, and 10 minutes for heavy armor. Is taking it off and on and off is 1 minute for light, 1 minute for medium, and 5 for heavy. So in 1 minute's time, you could like kind of pull this.
She's missing a hand.
She is missing a hand, so there's no glove.
45
minus
seconds.
1 armor. Yeah, because the glove was the most important part.
Maybe we can use it for something.
While you do that, I go over to help you. Gallian, how did you do this? While I help you assist.
You're glowing.
The moon has many magical capabilities.
It's just I've encountered this before. When I was meditating, but then all of a sudden I started glowing. But you can make it stay.
For how long has it been since the battle? More than a minute?
Yes.
Great. You're not glowing anymore.
You can make it not stay.
But you do. Yeah.
Could you please? Do you have any more of that blue glow?
Blue glow.
Sorry, son. I'm out.
You now have a magical. Is what you can sense of it. Studded leather armor.
Studded
magic. I can't go into too much more. I mean, I can't go into
leather armor.
And as a matter of fact, actually, you know what? Only because I'm reading it now, and it's kind of funny with how, with how Dominic slew this Shadakai. As you went to kind of check if there was anything of value on her, you didn't find anything. But as Gallian removes the armor kind of off her body, you see that pretty much across the chest, it's just as if you can see the ground below. Like your swing with your sword when you got her to the ground with your trip attack, net 20 or whatever that was, pretty much just sliced her open. So there's a big slice across the chest and you're still stuck with armor. And you see that while faintly, her heart is still pulsing. You see that.
The heart is still. There's still a pulse.
I draw my tooth.
But I
get my axe ready.
And it's just like, it's completely, again, all the intestines are completely black. All the blood that comes from these creatures are completely black. And it's just like,
that's impossible.
Can I try something?
Kill it. Do it.
Kill it with fire!
I will prepare a dodge if anything.
Take the heart.
I will go as close and just Sacred Flame to try to see if I can just...
Sacred Flame with heart.
Yeah. Sacred Heart.
That's like an 80 subtitle.
As you, Sacred Flame is not touch, right? It's just
no, it's just, yeah.
So you reach down, use Sacred Flame, and you see how this heart like crumbles in the fire and turns into a raisin. A big raisin. a big lump of
Yeah.
organ, and of burnt and an instant stink of like one thing is cut flesh from before, but now burnt intestines just comes to your.
We must be more wary in the future to think if she could have survived this.
What about the one in the church, in the town square?
Didn't check.
She's still alive then?
I haven't
Probably
seen this
not.
on them before.
It got hit with the same sort of magic last time. Not direct like this.
The pulsing of the heart was so slow that you can't tell if it was just the last couple of beats in terms of speed before it would have eventually stopped,
It would be now.
or if if something else was keeping it at a very, very slow speed. But clearly, no more heart beating.
Hibernating.
What about the rest of the Shadowkai?
That's.
Are you gonna cut up their chests?
No.
Gonna test their pulse.
They're gonna.
Let's get going. To the Summer
Yes.
Palace.
We need to rest.
Yes,
We
we all
need to
do.
rest.
I can get
There'll
it.
be time to rest. For now, I think we should move on a bit further.
You've walked. Since you left the city, is probably. It's a little hard to tell time here because again, the sun and moon doesn't have its normal cycle as it would in your world, and you are old, so you don't really consider days. You still get exhausted and need to rest and meditate, but you don't consider days and nights in terms of travel time. So actually, as you described the travel to now, we said around 10 days under normal circumstances, and you might know to describe it that way because in Mithrinda you've learned that non-Feywild people have this thing of telling distance and how much time it takes, but for an elf, time isn't really the same.
That's true.
So you probably have it started to describe it as more of X amount of moons or whatever. Think in that way when describing things. But yeah, you've traveled around for Meta's sake around 5 hours since you left.
Half a
Mithrinda.
moon.
Maybe we should find a place somewhere to
Come up with your own ways to describe it.
to
think
get a
about it.
rest, like a
3 jelly
If you want to.
patches.
camp up somewhere.
I can make us go a bit further just by wing from above for at least an hour. We can get further like that.
Oh, you mean like
do that?
eagles, like you did in Grimoire?
Not
Not
5
two.
people.
But-
no, 2.
But just
And then people can ride on the eagles.
Zeke, do you think that's a good idea now that we just encountered this band of
Putting
Shadowkai?
that as an option.
But you're 5.
Yeah, but he's small. I'm kind of light. And then there's one big guy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You can be, one big guy or 2 smallish guys on an eagle.
And if I turn these 2,
Oh, you turn them into eagles. That's because I play the druid thing where I conjure eagles. Gotcha.
It's just maybe someone will see us. Someone we wouldn't want to.
sure.
If that's, I'm pretty tired, honestly. After this.
I think I like your idea. We get far in an hour.
How's the eyesight of those? Can they see us?
The Shadowkai.
You would be able to, again, you wouldn't be able to dash as a giant eagle with people like the size on the back, and you can't spam dash to travel, but their flight speed is 80. So suppose you could travel approximately twice the speed as
nice.
you would be able to if you were just born.
Don't get me wrong, I think it's a good idea for traveling in general, but right now.
Maybe when we get a bit further from the city.
Yeah,
It could come in handy.
definitely.
But yes, I think for now we should
Stay on the road.
just stay on the road. Save your strength.
I will.
The captain has spoken. Let's go.
All right.
You leave the corpses as well hidden as can be. With again, you have an extra armor now that you're carrying, but you've kind of bound it up and around a backpack. Did you keep the armor? The leather
Oh
one?
yeah.
That you have kind of bound within or on your back. You find yourself back in, having gotten a chance to kind of mentally leave the area for a little while with everything that happened. Find your way back in dense, twisted trees, and where sometimes the path is pretty clear, as in the path you've walked before. Sometimes it's also just trees crumble on top of each other to an extent where you have to spend a little while going, wait, are we still on the path or not? And that's where you would be able to assist in making sure that you're able to kind of keep on track. The air remains thick with this smell of ash and smoke, and the sky above you is still the same kind of hazy, reddish, orange kind of sunset color that under normal circumstances would be considered rather pretty, but knowing what's causing it makes it a little less appeal, so to speak. You walk for a little while longer and you make camp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How would you like to spend the night? Or who does what? In terms
I
of,
don't need
is
that
everyone
much
staying
rest.
guard, or
I can put up some fire and some. I have a bedroll here. We can, maybe go in rounds for watch. Keep watch.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, I don't mind taking the first watch.
Galleon, that dagger you received. Have you had time to look at it?
Not yet.
Do you
But I
sense
will.
anything from it?
Do I sense anything from the dagger?
it is very magical.
It has a lot of magic.
I sense it too.
Like my mother said.
A beautiful gift.
Type of magic you've sensed before?
Can I do that? No, I cannot do that.
You take turns kind of guarding the small camp that you've set up kind of underneath a bit of a small rock formation somewhere, and each take your turn. Who was guarding again? You were?
I started guarding. We'll also take turns.
You all?
I'll take the second one.
You all take turns?
Yes.
Before going to sleep,
Mhm.
I'm going to try to put on the ring and attune to it.
Moment mal.
Mm.
This is as you put on the ring, you make a fireball.
You have one charge of fireball,
And it uses
each
it
day.
every time you you randomly ignite a fireball at a point of the DM's choosing.
Wild
every
magic
day.
back! I'm trying so hard!
Give me a moment, I've written this down.
Dragon?
You sit and you look at this ring,
Mm.
and as you slide it onto your finger, you feel. How did I describe the ring last time? Did I?
I don't think you did.
No. It's a
Gold ring.
dark ring with golden kind of etching, I suppose, like around the edges. So dark and then like black in the middle. As you put it on, you see how a small flame starts kind of igniting within the ring.
Mm.
And you feel how it squeezes to your hand in a painful, not HP reducing painful way, but in a pretty like painful way. And your instinct reaction is to like try and pull it off, but it's incredibly tight in your hand. And You feel a heat kind of running through your body for a brief moment before it then fades out. And you now have a cursed ring of internal, not eternal, internal flames.
Internal?
Which allows you to cast a fireball once, recharges at dawn. And that's what you know of its capabilities. Do you do this kind of tucked in and hidden to yourself, or?
Yeah, I think so. And
you said before you go to sleep, so I didn't know if this was around the campfire sort of thing, or...
Oh, I think I would probably lie with it.
You would lie with it.
Yeah, put it on my finger.
Lie, not lie. I heard lie in Danish. Yeah,
I will lie with the ring.
Yeah.
And
I will lie with the ring.
probably just sit and stare, just desperate measures.
Hmm?
And then just put it on.
You put it on?
And then after like sitting and thinking about what I can do about this one thing. And maybe...
The ring is all you get time to. I mean, it takes you a little while to muster the courage. I mean, you knew, because somehow you were told, that it was cursed, even though normally people don't know if items are cursed or not, even with identify spells. I think there's a reveal curse spell or detect curse spell that you can use for that stuff. In any case, it took you a while, and then when you finally do it, this happens. That's what you do in terms of interaction.
But I think I really like it though.
Before I go to bed, I take out my hand drum and I look towards the sky and I have a ceremonial rhythm.
Yeah.
And I say, Bagtru, keep Ukumir safe. And may Saxul bring the tribe together with Shorel. And that's it.
As your guard ends, you lay down to sleep and you see Galleon sat in kind of a trance that you go over and shake him out of.
Yeah.
You go, I mean, it's your turn.
Night,
is he glowing?
Galleon.
No, I am. You wake him from his trance. It's like, it's just like a new Jedi awakening as you come back to life, so to speak. And you sit with, I suppose, the dagger.
Yes, I would like to take a look at that.
During your time, you're sitting here in, again, this pretty much worst nightmare version of a world you once loved. And as you hold the dagger in your hand and look at it, you see how, again, this shiny silver blade, it's not like a Lord of the Rings thing where it shines as in like with a light spell on it or anyway. It's just very shiny silver with these 3 moonstones in the handle. As you sit with it and kind of just let your mind go to whatever random spot it would go to. Think of your gods, think of what you've experienced. You feel a sudden surge of power kind of coursing through you from the dagger. You close your eyes in response, and as you do, you feel how this dagger begins to glow with a bright light. A light that continues to grow stronger and brighter, waking up all of you. As Galleon is literally just sat here in the middle of this small camp that you've made. I mean, I suppose you're sleeping pretty close to one another, so he just sat there with his eyes closed, and this not that the sound is made, but like pulsing light, blinding light, essentially coming from this this dagger. You sense its presence, and after a short while, you hear a voice in your mind.
Only him or all of us?
Only him.
Okay. What the?
And recognize it as being the voice of Veronesca. May your blade be a symbol of your devotion, not to me, but to hope. May it guide you in battle, and may its silvery light shine as a beacon of faith. May it help you in the darkest hours yet to come, and may it give you the courage to always stand against the shadows. And as the light kind of begins to fade out again, you open your eyes and you realize that where this light and dagger was before, your hands are now empty. You look around but can't find the dagger, maybe out of fear that when you woke up and shook you would have dropped it. And what the rest of you see as you woke up and kind of said, oh, what the fuck's going on here? As you look, you see how the dagger disappeared in Galleon's hands and reappeared as an emblem on his armor. The hilt of the dagger has been transformed into a shining silver emblem that now kind of sits on your breastplate. The 3 moonstones are embedded underneath the emblem, and they seem to pulse with a faint, like glowing light, the same way that the dagger did, but to a much lesser extent. You reach out to kind of touch the emblem and go, what the hell just happened? And as you do, you feel, for the first time in a very long time, a connection to some extent, having been restored with the moon. And that is where we end today's session. So thank you everyone so much for tuning in. We will see you for more D&D next time.
Bye.
D&D.